So, question: has anyone else noticed their phone gets weirdly warm at 3 a.m.? It's sitting on your nightstand. You are dead to the world, but the device is vibrating with the heat of 1,000 suns. I used to think that it was just my battery aging poorly, which honestly fair. But when I started looking into Taylor v Google, it's it's this massive settlement that basically proves your phone isn't idle. It's a beacon. While you are dreaming about whatever, the kernel is literally screaming into the void. The court used this specific word, superstitiously. That's lawyers speak for we caught them being ninjas. Google Play Services, the root level monster that lives on every Android, is performing what we call a handshake. And it's not just sending an email or a ping, it's a heartbeat monitor. Every few seconds, even if your screen is black and your apps are closed, it's sending a packet to a Mountain View server. It's checking your physical location against 100 million other Americans. It's essentially a 24/7 digital ankle monitor that you paid $1,000 for. Now, would an idle phone need to talk to a server? People think it's just for diagnostics. No, look at the data volume. Google isn't stealing your privacy, they are stealing your bandwidth to build their LLMs. To make Gemini or localized mapping actually work, they need ground truth data. They need to know exactly how a human moves through a physical space in real time. They used a cellular data plan, the one you pay $70 a month for, to fund their multi-billion dollar research AI. You are literally an unpaid intern for a hive mind. Here's where it gets dark. Google just agreed to pay 135 million to settle this, to tell us that um, that sounds like a lot to Google. That's what they spend on free kombucha for their employees in official quarters. But the money glitz isn't the payout; it's the discovery phase. In law, if you settle, you stop discovery. If this had gone to a full trial, Google would have had to hand over their source code to expert witnesses. They would have had to explain the how and the why of the background transfers. They didn't pay 135 million because they were sorry. They paid it to keep that code encrypted and out of a public record. It's a bribe for silence. Wait, look at this. Look at this specific detail in the filing. The lawsuit highlights cellular data exfiltration. Why not Wi-Fi? Think about it. If you are a nerd like me, you probably have a pi hole or hardware firewall at home. You can snip the packets, you can see the phone trying to speak to a 1-800.net and block it. But when you are on cellular, there's an encrypted channel between your SIM card and tower. Of course, if you are on VPN, that's other story. But most of the people doesn't use VPN on cellular network, so just go with it. You can see what's inside. Google waited until you left your house to start the heavy uploads because they weren't afraid of your data camp. They were afraid of your home network catching them red-handed. And don't even get me started on incognito mode or deleted history. The Taylor case basically suggests there's a shadow log even if the UI tells your history is gone. The background telemetry, the actual packets moving through the radio says otherwise. The UI is a placebo for the user. The background data is the truth for the company. It's like a restaurant where the menu says vegan, but the kitchen is just on giant roastery. The weirdest part, the payout delay. They weren't paying out until 2026. Why were 2 years to cut a check for $5? Because to get that money you have to submit a notice ID and confirmation code. They are literally creating a verified database of every person who is awake enough to notice their telemetry. It's a list of the 1% of users who actually read the news. So yeah, one for the blueprints to your life. They stole your data, used your battery, spent your money, and then gave you back enough for a cheeseburger. Honestly, it's a legendary play. I am not even mad. I am just gonna go put my phone in a lead line box now, or maybe just go buy that cheeseburger. Good luck out there.